Again to the afternoon section. My name is Ephraim OKEJIRIE. I'm the Director of Technology Transfer Registration in the National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion, a parastatal of the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology. This afternoon I will be speaking on intellectual property in the digital era. Okay. First of all, the overview of what I will speak on. The first is what is intellectual property. Then the transfer or licensing of intellectual property. The challenges of intellectual property in the digital era. The case study of the copyright software and the internet. And then I will speak on recommendations for reducing software piracy, and then the conclusion. First, what is intellectual property? Well, property, if we say property, we all know what property is. Something that belongs to you. For example, a land, a house, it's yours, it belongs to you. You have a certificate of occupancy for it, so it's their property. But when you talk of intellectual property, this refers to creations of the mind, such as inventions, literary or artistic works, symbols, names, and images used in commerce. Okay. Intellectual property is divided broadly into two. First is industrial property, which includes patents, trademarks, industrial designs, geographical indications. Next slide, please. Okay. It's not loud. Yes, and then the other one is copyright, which covers literary works such as novels, poems, plays, films, music, and the like. So essentially, IP, or intellectual property, is a broad concept which includes many different intangible properties. Example, patents for inventions, copyrights for works of scholarship, including technical manuals, software specifications, formula, schematics, documentation, among others. It also includes know-how, which are expertise, for example, that are resident with individuals, or methods for doing things. It also includes trademarks, like logos, disclosure, distinctive names for products and technologies. It also includes designs, industrial designs, which are the unique ways a product looks, such as a computer molding, and of course, semiconductor tax mass, how a semiconductor mass works. So these are intangible assets, which may belong to individuals or corporate organizations, and for which may be licensed or transferred to another party to use them in commerce. So essentially, intellectual property provides the legal framework for creative enterprise. There are the rights given to persons over the creations of their minds. They usually give the creator an exclusive right over the use of his or her creation for a certain period of time. In the course of history, there have been arguments about the benefits of intellectual property. Some argue strongly, particularly in business and government in the developed world, that intellectual property rights help stimulate economic growth and reduce poverty. Furthermore, they say that there is no reason why such cannot be replicated in developing countries. But others also argue almost vehemently in the opposite direction, that IP rights can do little to stimulate invention in developing countries because the prerequisite human and technological capacity may be absent in the developing countries. Nevertheless, as we globalize and the world are connected, there is strong pressure on the developing countries to adopt intellectual property regimes that reflect the respect for intellectual property rights. Next slide. Next slide. Oh no. Sorry, go back. Back. Yes, yeah. Now, when somebody has intellectual property rights, he can license or sell it or transfer it to another party. It's normally called transfer or licensing, and which is essentially the permission granted by the owner of the intellectual property rights, who is normally called the licensor, to another company or person for its use. That is the transferee or the licensee. With the aim of the licensee using it to